Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to the second of 6 videos where I break down each class in the current state, October 2018, of Marvel Contest of Champions, based off of so much feedback from the community and my own input. And this is always evolving and changing. So, as always, if there's something that you want to see changed, if you want to put a argument for a champion for a defensive rating or offensive rating, please feel free to comment below. Just try to be constructive and not hateful. That's always my wish. Just try to help the community as much as possible. This is a list, as I have said in other videos, that is designed mostly for people who are new to the game and they pull a champion and they just want to instantly know, is this person going to be really good or is this person going to suck? Should I place them on defense? Those are the questions that I want to answer from this tier list. And as always, I appreciate the feedback. And now let's start talking about the skill class of Marvel Contest of Champions. Now, Blade is the best offensively in the game. There's no other way to put it. I'm convinced we're going to try to nerf him in some way, but they knew that they would get backlash like we have never seen before. And so since then, they've kind of tried to make some Blade counters, which have sort of worked, but at the same time, he is also just still so good and such a incredible offensive weapon, but also as a defensive weapon. I have seen him. A lot of people have taken him to rank 565 as a 5-star. I've seen him absolutely destroy on quite a few nodes. In fact, I've heard from some poor people, you might be watching this, who've done this, brought in a magic and didn't know that you're about to face a Blade, and then you had that danger sense, and your magic died. There's just no way you could play perfectly, and your magic still wasn't going to do what your magic was designed to do, because Blade is the Mystic Slayer. If you open Blade, you might as well go buy a lottery ticket, because you have won a large portion of the video game automatically, even unawakened. Now, offensively, amazing. Defensively, still very good, 94 overall. Killmonger is close to perfect, both offensively and defensively. Some people on the live stream the other night were talking about Killmonger, thought this was too high of an offensive rating, but I think it is about right where it should be. Still so incredible. The True Strike especially, bleed damage. I love fighting with Killmonger, and I hate fighting him as an Alliance War defender in that middle path. You all know what I'm talking about in the upper tiers. I've had to fight that Killmonger mini boss so many times, and I've done well, and I've also been wrecked. There's just, you never know how it's going to go. You have to almost change your pair of pants before you go into that fight. Gwenpool still is an unbelievably great attacker. My boy Hobbit has used her as good as anyone ever has used her, and has continued to do amazing work in Alliance War with Gwenpool. Defensively, though, she's very under average. I would not put her as a defender if you have somebody else. It's actually a pretty generous 32 when you think about it. 80 overall, but if you just care about an attacker, still top 3 skill champ attacker in the game. Now, Korg, not a great attacker, especially if you ask PETA after what he did to Meek. But defensively, this might be a low score by the time it's said and done. 47 out of 50. My Korg gets me quite a few kills in Alliance War, though not as many as I expected to get. Maybe I'm just not putting him on the right nodes. I don't know. 77 out of 100. Now, Massacre. This is a champion that so many people love and fought for to really increase that rating the first time around. And so I have big time 45 out of 50. If you know how to play with Massacre well, and I still don't have a Massacre myself, so I'm just taking this from people who use him every day. He is amazing. Defensively, though, very under average, 75. Now, Taskmaster, I feel like you need 2 PhDs and some Adderall to know how to play him, as one of my subscribers said in the live stream. But once you do, people swear by him. It's almost like a religion. It's like a cult of MCOC, the Taskmaster Slayers. So, got to be 42 out of 50 because of that. But I certainly couldn't play him as a 42. I might play him as a 24. Defensively, though, very average. Not a great defender at all. Thor Ragnarok. One of those champs that's not amazing at anything, but is pretty solid at both offensive and defensive value. I still think should have been much better. He almost looked like Thor as a vegan when he came out. The body build was just weird, and the animations seem weird, and I still am disappointed by this champion. With that being said, not a bad skill champ at all. Black Widow, gosh, she was the MVP back in the day against the Thorns node, for those of you who know what that is. but didn't get released as a 5-star. We need a 5-star Black Widow. We demand a 5-star Black Widow. I wonder what'll come first, the Black Widow movie or a 5-star Black Widow. Hopefully one of those two at least. But yeah, 70 overall. If she was a 5-star, she would probably have a higher rating, but she's not. Crossbones, another champ that's very, very solid on offense and not good at all on defense. 70 overall. Agent Venom. I think offensively, this might be a little bit of a low score. I can see if people want to argue to improve that 30, but defensively, still a pain, as is Kingpin below him. And that's why we have the new season of Alliance Quest with Kingpin Boss. But if you are pretty good, even with the parries, if you're fast on the timing, and you also bait that special one, Kingpin should go down fairly easily. But man, amazing special 3 animation. Probably my favorite still to this day. Daredevil Classic. When awakened at a high signature, dodges all projectiles. The value of that cannot be understated, especially for newer players that don't really have dexterity down manually. Defender, absolute trash, 68 overall. Black Panther Civil War as an attacker, so terrible, but as a defender, so annoying, 67 overall. Hawkeye, you probably can argue that this 40 out of 50 is actually a low score for Hawkeye. One of the most underrated champs in the game. I would go as high as 45, but the community, when I talked to him in the live stream, seemed to think 40 was a good number. Very, very, very bad defender, though. 65 out of 100. Punisher. This is a champ you really can only get from the arena. As an attacker, is okay, Still annoying, but not super intimidating. As a defender, below average. Elektra. Another champ that you could probably argue deserves even higher than a 40, but we put her with Hawkeye. So much utility. The assassin really comes in handy at the end of fights, but defensively, straight trash. OG Black Panther, one of the few champs that stacks bleeds. Very, very good to play with. Defensively, pretty much a joke. 62 overall. Karnak, True Strike has gained in importance with the current meta of the game, and thus Karnak's rating has increased with it. Very, very average at best defender. I still see 6-star Karnaks randomly pop up. I guess it's just for diversity, though. 61 out of 100. Winter Soldier. Now, for those of you that are going to argue this is not factoring in synergies. I realize with the Killmonger synergy, Winter Soldier becomes Star-Lord pretty much. But by itself, he's just above average as an attacker. A very bad defender, 60 overall. Now, Moon Knight has an asterisk. The only champ with an asterisk, because depending on the moon phase, Moon Knight actually was designed to evade more because he is matched up with the moon. So in the right moon phases, he sucks to play against. But if the moon ain't a kraken, you are going to be a dying. Not sure if that's a phrase or not, but we're going to move on. Daredevil Netflix, completely useless champion. Hate the guy. 25 on each, really should be even lower. Just a waste of space and data of the game. Falcon, same difference. I think everyone's least favorite Avenger. I still don't get why he was so amazing in Infinity War. I thought he should just instantly die. But he didn't. Spoiler alert. But I'm going to put him as the least skilled champ to get. If you get a Falcon, no one's going to be like, yes. It's more going to be like, I need to drink. There you have it. Those are the skilled champs and their ratings. I tried to break them down with efficiency, but also with some detail. I hope this has helped, and I look forward to reading the comments. I really want this tier list to be a reflection of what the community values and what it thinks. So as always, if you want me to think about changing something, any score, just please be constructive and comment below. Otherwise, thank you as always for supporting my YouTube channel. You continue to make me excited to record, and I really, really do love this hobby of mine, getting the honor of being a YouTuber for you, the MCOC community.